Hey guys, so today I am doing this look, which is an Indian boho sister look. And to begin with, I take my Maybelline Age Rewind. This was a concealer I picked a few years ago and it didn't suit me, it was too light for me. So I make do with it as my eye primer or concealer. So whenever you're using bright eye colors, it's always recommended that you use a lighter base so the color of your eyeshadow pays off really well. And since this has a slightly sticky kind of texture, my powdered shadow is easily able to stick onto my eyes and stay there for long. And here I'm just using my brush to blend everything together. Now I'm picking up my Morphe 35B palette and I'm picking this shade purple. I am not sure what this color is exactly called, but I will put that in the description box below. So what I'm gonna do is I have taken like a pencil brush and what I'm going to do is just outline the hollows of my eye, or basically just outlining my eyeball. So आप जब अपनी आंखें बंद करते हो ना तो यू वुड फील जहाँ पर आपकी आई बॉल जो है द सॉकेट जिसमें आपकी आई बॉल है, यू कैन सेंस व्हेन यू टच कि कहाँ पर वो ball is ending and your socket begins. So that is what I'm doing basically. I'm just outlining my eyeball and creating this arc kind of shape with that darker color. I will be blending that so it doesn't look this crazy, but I have found this hack really useful in terms of creating makeup looks. And here I just picked up a fluffy brush and I'm blending all of that away. I have hooded eyes, so it is very important for me to exaggerate a little bit on my eye crease, so you know they don't look as small. But yeah, key is to every eye makeup, the key is to blend really well. So this is what I'm doing, just in fast forward motion. I'm just blending everything in so there are no harsh lines and making sure that it's all nice and even and doesn't look like, you know, I've been like literally drawing it. Now I'm picking up my Huda palette and I picked this color Amethyst. This color was somewhere between a nice purple and magenta. So I think it looks really amazing with like the center color for my eye makeup. So I use the darker color for the crease and the outlining, while just to blend everything together and just to join the color, or you know, just seamlessly blend through the whole look. I thought this was really nice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this color Lavender from my Morphe palette and I'm going in with my finger itself because I want to make sure that I am putting that color as close to my lash line as possible. I prefer doing this with my fingers because I think I have more control this way, and with the brush I don't think I have as much control. So yeah, feel free to use your hands for doing your makeup wherever you feel comfortable. And here I'm just picking the color Cashmere and I'm putting it on my brow bone. My eyebrows are all over the place, so please ignore that. But yeah, I think this color looks really good, like a eye highlight kind of color. So that is what I'm doing here, just picking up a brush and making sure it's nice and even. And that little pop of highlight or color is there on my brow bone. After that is done, I'm going to I've already done my brows away from the camera. I have a detailed video. I will link it down below in the description if you want to check how I do my brows. Here I'm just putting eyelashes, I'll be putting eyelashes for this look. So I'm just prepping up my eyelashes by putting on a mascara. And I will be putting lashes, as I said, in a bit. And here I have transitioned or changed, moved to my face makeup. So I'm using my Sugar concealer over here. And this was my first time using it. So, you know, I've literally, it was more of first impressions of this concealer that I'm doing here. And honestly, I loved it. It blends so nicely. The product is so blendable, so it's very dreamy, honestly. I wasn't expecting it to to be, you know, the concealers that I use mostly are the MAC Pro Long Wear Concealer. And even though it's an amazing product, sometimes I just feel it does make me look a lot heavy. The makeup looks a lot heavy when I put that on. But unlike that, this looks so much more comfortable and so much more natural. So since this is going to be a monsoon friendly look, I'm not going to be putting in any foundation. So I'm using just my concealer, and later on I'll be putting on a BB cream to just set my base and be ready. But here I love this concealer. You can totally tell from my face. Maybe are you able to? I'm not sure, but I can totally say that I'm loving how it is blending, and I love the feel of it. So that's what I'm doing. I am now going to put some concealer on my forehead. I did not do that before because I had already done my eyebrows and I wanted to have a little more control. I get a little overboard when I'm using my makeup sponge, and you know, sometimes I often have to redo my eyebrows because of that. So, you know, I wanted to be mindful that I'm only focusing on areas a little away from my eyebrows for this time. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know, it just felt right at that moment. So that's what I've done. The concealer is done and looks like I'm quite happy with it. Now what I'm doing is I'm picking up my Sugar BB cream and I'm applying it on my face. So what I did is I literally just squeezed the little quantity of the cream on the back of my hand, and now I'm just going to be using my fingers to dab it on my face, and then we'll use my makeup sponge again to just blend it out and make it nice and even. This was also my first impressions of this BB cream. I really liked it. It's too, you know, it's too soon to say anything more about it, but it felt very silicone-y and very easy to blend. So let me test it a little more so that I could give you like my overall or a complete review. But so far, I think this was a great pick. I have a lot of pigmentation around my mouth, especially on the left side of my face, right below my lips, right there. So I think it needs a little more coverage. So what I'm gonna do is I picked up my concealer on and I just put a little amount of it, focusing just on that area. So as you can see, I'm using the pointy end of my beauty blender and picking a very light bit of product, the concealer that I used earlier, just on that portion too, and really just pushing it in my skin instead of, you know, just dragging it all the way. Now I'm going to transition into contouring, and here again I'm using my contour stick from Sugar, and this is how I contour. I just make this fish face, and then I contour the hollows of my cheek, the bridge of my nose, my hairline, and my jaw. So I think this is a little lighter color for contour than you must have seen on other, you know, on other makeup videos, but I don't want my contour to be super harsh, so I like using this product instead of a darker version of this. And here I'm just making sure that I'm blending in that harsh line that I drew earlier. I also tend to use a very little amount on my hairline, on my forehead, if you noticed, and that's just because, you know, while you're doing all the blending and everything, it picks up a little bit of product on the makeup sponge also. So I rely on that left out product and the little bit that I put on my hair, on my hairline, and I think that much is enough. So yeah, that's how I do it. And my nose is a little broad, I think, so I use this step to make it more pointy and more you know, just making my nose look a little more longer than it actually is. So this is what I'm doing. And after I'm done with all my cream products, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this MAC Studio Fix Foundation Plus powder. This is in the shade NC45, and I use this pretty much for my, you know, just setting my contour. So I have the cream contour in, and I use this just so it looks that cream contour. This is a darker shade for me, so it works beautifully as a contour, and yeah, I love doing it in order to set my contour. Now I'm picking up the mattifying powder from Sugar, and I'm just gonna set everything up. So the key is when you're using a cream based makeup on your face, it is always nice that once you've done your base makeup, you set it up either with a loose powder or with a compact, so your makeup doesn't move and it stays in place for a longer time. Also, what I've noticed is whenever you're doing this step, it definitely does reduce the amount of caking also. And now I'm picking the same shade that I picked up earlier, the purple color that I can't recall the name of, and I'm using it on the lower lash line. And this step, I always say in all my videos that this is essential to just keep all the eye makeup look together, and it creates a huge impact on your overall look. So yeah, I'm doing that, and I always do that for my eye makeup looks, and you should too. For the lower lash line, I'm trying to create a little bit of gradient here. I picked up the color Amethyst from Huda Beauty palette and the purple shade from Morphe, just to create a very slight gradient. However, it doesn't make much of a difference, but self-satisfaction bhi to koi cheez hoti hai. And I'm just going in with my Wet n Wild mascara on my lower lash line. Again, this is something I love doing. I love grooming and just doing my lashes. And since I wanted to use falsies for this look, and here I have put them on. The falsies that I'm wearing here are PAC M73, I believe. And PAC lashes is, they're so perfect, they're very beautiful, they're affordable. So if you're somebody who wants to explore eyelashes, you should definitely check them out. I am now getting a little confident in using lashes compared to before, because it requires a lot of practice, but I'm loving it. So if you're also someone who likes to wear lashes and wants to give your makeup a little more dramatic look, or even just enhance the look, definitely check them out. And here I'm putting in the blush. So the key with using the blush is that the blush should always complement the lipstick that you're going to be using or wearing. So it's just an extension. It shouldn't ever be too loud to grab all the attention. So here I'm just doing that. Since I didn't have a blush that was a little similar to my lipstick, what I've done is I've picked my Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, and I've used the color that looked closest to me in terms of the lipstick that I'm about to put, and then just use my beauty blender to blend it out, and I think it looks beautiful. Here I'm gonna be using my Nykaa Madras Copy liquid lipstick, and as usual, as a ritual, I am going to add and top it up with another lipstick. Because I don't like my lips looking sheer, and although this lipstick is really nice, I love the color and everything, I kind of feel it still is a bit sheer on my lips. I have pigmented lips, so I definitely want to make sure that they don't look as dark. So but I think I'm gonna put that lipstick a little bit later. And here's my favorite product, MAC Strobe Cream. Oh my god, I have so many people buy this. Anyone who asks me what should I buy if I have to make a product, this is what I'm recommending literally to everyone. So you know how much I am raving about this, and there are so many videos that I have raved about this, and I love it. So I think you should definitely check this out too. This is MAC Strobe Cream again, and I think the smaller piece retails for 1200, so definitely check it out. Do you see how juicy and luscious that glow is? And here I'm going, as I mentioned before, I'm topping my lipstick up with a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Dubai, and I am using this lipstick versus my other NYX Lip Lingerie Teddy because I see that's out of stock on Nykaa and I really have just very little bit left. तो मैं बहुत कंजूसी से उसको भी use कर रही हूँ. So that is I'm using this NYX Dubai to top up the lipstick that I was wearing. before. And now the makeup is done. So I'm gonna use my Prep and Prime Fix Plus MAC spray to set everything up. This does look a little bit wet, but don't worry, I'm gonna just use my makeup sponge to dab or just make sure absorb any extra product and look better. So here I am with my outfit ready. That beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sari is from Suta, and I love their saris. They're extremely soft, super versatile, very comfortable. I just love them. You should definitely check them out. They're by the name at Suta Bombay. For the hair look, I'm using this hair donut. If you don't have a hair donut, you can use that big towel wala rubber band also, but I think this is one thing that I bought which was dirt cheap, and I have made so much use out of this. So if you want to buy a hair accessory, I think this is a very, very good buy. I think it was for $2.99 or something, and it was a pack of 2 or 3 like hair buns or donuts with different sizes, of course. So the one that I use is a little I don't know by inches how big that is, but it's like a slightly bigger size than the bigger towel wala rubber band. So what I'm gonna do is I just raised my hair all up as much as I can, and I tied them into a high ponytail. It doesn't have to be absolutely clean because we are going for a messy bun kind of look. So, and I'm pulling my hair also just to make sure that it looks a little, it shows a little bit more volume. And here I'm just gonna put the donut bun on just like that and use my ponytail hair to cover that. And as you can see, it creates like a ripple just like that. Now once that ripple is created, once you see that my hair has all covered that donut, I'm just going to roll my hair around it. Again, this doesn't have to be a super clean step because we'll be using pins and we'll be using hair elastics as well to just tie and secure that. So it's okay if you have a few strands of hair coming out, it's totally fine. We will get an opportunity to fix it. So here is my bun done, but I'm going to dress it up a little bit, just make sure there are no flyaways and nothing in the bun especially. We want this look to be as messy or as undone as possible. So I'm just pulling my hair a little bit so it looks a little more raw, and that's it. Another look too, which is a traditional sister look. So here I have taken out that donut, and I've also swapped my jewelry. Earlier I was wearing a junk jewelry set, and now I'm wearing a very traditional looking choker. And here I'm just gonna do that. I am going to part my hair this way, like center parting karke, and then I'm just going to move them all at the back and tie them with a hair elastic again. This step needs a little bit of cleanliness when you're doing it because we're trying to do like a more like a more cleaner look compared to the messy bun that we did earlier. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just making sure my hair is all flat and nice, and I'm tying it and securing it with a hair elastic, just like a regular ponytail, nothing fancy here. After that is done, I'm going to pull a little bit of hair again just because my head looks super flat right now and I don't want it. But before that, I'm gonna use a donut and then again roll my hair around it. This is going to be a similar process as before. So this is what it looks like. I have just literally just put in the donut there, and now I will be wrapping my hair around that donut. So here, this is how I do it. I just lift all my hair up and then I roll it around that donut. Again, you don't have to be super clean with this step because of course you will have opportunity to use your fingers and U-pins to secure your bun in place, and that is what I'm doing. So if you can see, I have a little bit of loose strands there, but that is okay. I'm going to secure it with under my hair elastic before, so it looks a lot more cleaner than it is right now. Now when that is done, I'm going to pick some U-pins and secure it together. ठीक है यार, ठीक है, बस that's it. Now I'm taking just a regular pen to pull some of my hair out, as I mentioned before, just to give a little bit more volume and not have like a flat head kind of look. So I'm pulling it over my crown, and I'm also gonna do it a little bit on the side of my head also, just so it looks a little more even. Yeah, just like that. It feels like I'm pulling up my wig, but I'm not. Trust me, those are my own hair, my very own hair. I grow them myself. And here I'm just using my U-pins. The one I have, the U-pins I have, they have a little flower going on it. So I thought it looked really nice with the traditional look that I'm trying to make. So if you have something like that, superb. If you don't have, normal U-pins would work just as fine. What I have done is I have used like a gajra kind of feel. I wanted to give like a gajra kind of feel to this look. So I had a few few of the flowers and U-pins lying around with me which had flowers on top of them, so that is what I'm using here. But if you don't want to do it, that's totally fine. You can just use the regular bobby pins and regular U-pins to get this done. This is my go-to traditional hairstyle because it's very simple. It looks very dressed up even though you have not put in so much of an effort. And this is pretty much this is the hairstyle that I'm basically carrying for any puja or any traditional function I attend. I need to get more creative, I know, but this is just my go-to. After I'm done dressing my chura up, adding all those extra flowers and jazz, which I'm still doing and I will continue doing for a minute, I'm just gonna make sure then that those flyaways that you see, they are tamed. So I'm going to be using hairspray next to tame them away, because this look you want it to be a little more cleaner, just so it frames your face nicely and you get more real estate on your face. And no traditional look is complete without jhumkas. So these are the jhumkas that I have had the longest. I think I have them with me for like 6 or 7 years now, and I love them. They go with every outfit, and I cannot believe how nice they're looking with this choker also. So I'm just gonna pop them on. So the bigger the jhumkas are, the better. And of course, when it is a traditional look, you would definitely want to put on a bindi, unless if you want to call it like a complete traditional look. And here I'm just using my hairspray to tame my hair away. And that's it, you guys. That's done. After my hair is all set and primed and everything looks nice and clean, my hair look is done. So that is how you do it. You can create this traditional look, wear it for any puja, any wedding or any such function, and just roll with it and still not look that you're right out of salon. And this is the finished look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you. Don't forget to share and subscribe.